Gator. Fuck, I'm flute.
It's Saturday night. We're here to talk about metal.
Yeah,
metal,
heavy metal, hard rock. Yeah.
It's your one-way ticket to midnight. Call it heavy metal.
Nice. Great movie, too.
Was that copyright already? We already got hit for me singing that.
Or me saying Beavis and Butthead.
I almost wore my Beavis and Butthead shirt tonight.
That
I
would
was
have
going
been
to
I'm
do
this
classic.
close.
for the
I'm
90s.
this close, but then I forgot.
Yeah, the old short-term
Like I
memory
had
is
it
the
in
first
my
thing to go,
mind.
buddy.
It's the effects of having a family. And it being Mother's
40.
Day. Happy Mother's Day tomorrow to any mothers
yeah.
watching. Because
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We are swinging out of the air a little late this evening. We were hoping that number 4 could join us. He has not
the
arrived
biggest
as of yet.
mother,
Sweet
the biggest
D,
mother lover of all.
the star
That's
of the
right,
show.
Dimples, the star of the
He'll
show.
he'll be happy to tell you that he's a mother lover.
That's right.
So, but he will be here eventually. We started, like you're saying, a little late because he's had something to deal with. Some family fun festivities to deal with tonight. A birthday party. And he'll be joining us eventually. But we chose metal because it's not really his biggest cup of tea, right?
That's right.
That's right, amigo.
So he might be going a little slower just to avoid. But let's start us off. Metal originally kind of came about in the 60s. So we'll start there. It was the late 60s. Who would you say is the number one, and they were the number one metal for both the 60s and 70s, probably because they came in the late 60s, but all my research showed them for the 60s and 70s. Who would you credit as being the pioneer of metal?
I would say
With-
Black Sabbath.
Your research did you correctly.
Really? Black Sabbath started in the 60s? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
68,
I
dropped
thought
the album.
Okay. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Dropped the album in 60, yes. And it was Tony Iommi that really gets credit for
Yeah.
He's
the
the
birth
god.
with his
They
guitar.
credited him as the godfather of heavy metal, even though there's other
Other people get labeled that, but
origins.
he started.
The first time that the word heavy metal or the phrase heavy metal was used wasn't particularly for Black Sabbath, but that'll come up later.
I think weren't they from Birmingham? Is that right?
Yeah,
Sabbath?
Birmingham.
And then that was
Of
a
the
steel
England.
town too. Yeah, it was a town that had steel mills and stuff like that, or steel foundries. So heavy metal became the sound of that town too, because it was from a metal town.
And I mean, Tony, he definitely the sound.
Missing a
but
finger too, missing the tip of his ring finger.
Ozzy's voice solidified that. Like that.
100%.
You know the
Without
first
each
Black
other.
Sabbath album when it's got the rain at the beginning, the church bell, and then it's like, "What is this that stands before me?" And he scares the shit out of you, and then it's, "Oh no! Please God, help me!" And it's like, oh, I just got chills. And it's like that scared the bejesus out of me as a kid. And I wanted to hear more.
How could you not?
Yeah,
How could
what
you
an intro!
not ride
If
that
that's the
crazy
start of
train?
heavy metal, it's like how do you come? That's setting the bar pretty goddamn high.
Well, yeah, they
Exactly.
kicked the door wide open. They kicked it off its
Yeah,
fucking hinges. Let's be
yeah,
honest.
Yeah, and it's funny because in my research, they credit Jimi Hendrix to being part of that sound with his album in '66. But they claim, well, I mean, it makes sense that Sabbath is
Yeah,
officially the
yeah,
pioneer of metal
yeah. I mean
because
that's more going
Hendrix was more
into
of a psychedelic
distorted
singer.
guitar. But distorted
Yeah,
yeah.
it
guitar
was
is a
psychedelic.
trademark.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't classify him as metal. I classify Hendrix as psychedelic rock.
psychedelic hard rock.
Psychedelic rock was the base to what they do consider heavy metal in the
The
early
foundation,
origins.
but not the
Yeah, the
pioneer.
foundation.
And you
Right.
could go with the Yardbirds too, and Clapton. They were
Cream,
experimenting with
yeah,
guitar. Yeah, Cream. They were experimenting with guitar sounds that were different, and yeah, hard rock slash. Metal just became a like an edge to it. It was like this is taking it to the nth.
we'll get
It was
there.
about
But
experimenting with
Yeah,
instruments in ways that nobody had ever done
yeah,
before, distortion, noise, and just
exactly,
pure edgy lyrics.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
darker, deeper, heavier, angrier music.
it
There were no
wasn't your
rules
typical
then.
mop top.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even though like I was saying, I listened to the song Helter Skelter, and that it can rub weenies with a lot of hard rock songs too, as a pretty crazy, intense thing. But it's
I
not who the
mean,
Beatles are known for, But they
no.
did try it. They did try it at
I
least once.
wanna
There's a
hold your
yeah,
hand. Yeah, that's what they're more known for.
yeah,
The girls going crazy, not the guys headbanging. I
beautiful.
mean, maybe you can headbang to Twist and Shout, but I don't see that.
I've
Maybe
over
when
the
you're
years, I'm sure we can all say we've
spinning.
seen punk bands or bands do takes on Beatles songs where they do a punk version of Twist and Shout. I mean, I remember the Goo Goo Dolls doing a punk version of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" that Major League Baseball picked up as an ad campaign, and it's killer.
No,
It's a
nowhere in my research did Aerosmith come up as one of the bands of metal, but they definitely
yeah,
took a heavier turn to
yeah,
come together.
yeah, and like toys, yeah, and like the song like "Toys in the Attic" or that is like fucking speed metal.
Well, I was
They
adding to
also
what you
did
were
for the
saying, like,
song What Kind of Love Are You On for the
Yeah,
Armageddon soundtrack. That song was
yeah,
heavy.
yeah. They did a
well, yeah,
great,
and that's
yeah,
well, I wasn't mentioning them as metal. I was just saying taking a
yeah,
heavier take on a
on a Beatles
like the
song.
Beatles song.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah, I
Aerosmith,
got
they're
that. Yeah,
great. And they definitely had some
yeah.
heavy, like Perry was pretty damn good, but
Brad
yeah,
Whitford's
metal.
underappreciated as a guitar player.
But you had mentioned one backstage, RJ. Your original research had claimed who?
Steppenwolf.
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 P, not an F.
Steppenwolf.
The German guy. I'm
What it
Stefan
actually
Wolf.
is, though, what I
Yeah,
misconstrued
yeah,
is this. Steppenwolf song Magic Carpet Ride was the first
Mm-hmm.
song that they actually tagged the word heavy metal to, the phrase heavy metal. That's
oh,
where Steppenwolf actually ties in back in 1968. So that's where my memory lapse hit.
Steppenwolf.
Yeah,
That's
you
good. I mean,
freaking
the
Canuck.
song, it kind of goes with the sound, like we were saying, Hendrix, the psychedelic sound. Like the
Yeah,
opening to
Yeah,
Magic Carpet Ride definitely has that like psychedelic rock sound.
yeah,
yeah, and there are some heavier riffs that are cut in that song for sure.
Oh
to me,
yeah,
Born to Be Wild is more heavy metal than
I
Magic Carpet
agree.
Ride.
I would agree.
Wait,
Same band.
Different
actually,
sound.
no, sorry, it is Born to Be Wild.
Mm.
That's the song that they
Oh
labeled
yeah, I like Rolling
heavy metal.
Lightning, Heavy Metal
Yep,
Thunder. Yeah,
yep.
looking for adventure, and I'm
They
feeling that
actually
I'm
even say
under.
it right in the song.
Shout out
What
to
up, Frankie
Frankie.
Joseph?
Yeah.
Frankie's in the house.
What up, Frankie?
So,
Any thoughts on
give
heavy
us,
metal, Frankie?
well, Hippie, what about your thoughts on 60s? Who was
Uh,
another heavy band?
a big one for me that started in the late '60s, and a lot of bands, European or British heavy metal bands and hard rock bands, will cite them as an influence. They were from Germany, called Lucifer's Friend. And if you listen to the
Oh,
beginning of the part of Immigrant Song with the da 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 da, Lucifer's Friends did that in '69 with a French horn playing that part in the beginning of a metal riff. And Lucifer's Friend, to me, they had unbelievable singer, one good album, but their album covers were, you'd always look at them and go, oh, this is so good, you'd buy it. It's like, oh, fuck, it's lousy. But the covers were so good. But a lot of people will cite Lucifer's Friend as an influence for an early heavy metal band. Not heavy metal,
interesting.
but hard rock. Yeah. And I don't know, have you guys ever heard of Budgie? They were another band.
Can't
All
say
their
that I
albums
have.
had would have a drawing of a budgie on it, but the budgie would have machine gun bandolier bullets and like double machine guns. And their first album is called In for the Kill, and it's a really good hard rock album. I think they were from Germany or Netherlands.
That is
Crickets on
impressive.
Crickets on
No,
that one.
sorry, I got a message from our missing host. He might be a little later,
Oh well.
but
You know
anyways,
where to find us.
absolutely. It's funny you mention Immigrant Song because Led Zeppelin was mentioned as one of the early metal heavy rock bands,
Yes.
and
Yes, they are.
They were a
love 'em.
perfect storm of musicians coming together. That what else could they
Jimmy
do? You know, it was
Page.
yeah.
I mean,
Rollins.
Bonzo, come on.
yeah.
Jesus, nobody hits him as hard as Bonzo.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, but yeah, Page with his riffs, you know, the heavy licks on the guitar. It's just probably why they're my favorite band of all time. But y'all knew that.
United, a pretty
Next.
kick-ass immigrant song.
Who else you got there, RJ?
I was actually going to talk about them as well, because, yeah, they are definitely right there as the trio that was talked about, as the founders of metal, uh, and they really do hold a lot of influence, for the time period. Uh, Trying to think back into the late 60s, early 70s.
Obviously, yes. Michael Schenker, come
Doctor,
on, man.
doctor.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Shaker was huge.
The Michael Schenker group.
Doctor,
Lights out in
doctor,
London, baby.
please.
One of the best live albums, too, UFO. What are you talking about here? Your three-piece
UFO.
band there, RJ?
Uh,
I know, I think I
Three
know. but
pioneers, three main people.
Are we talking about something you add to
Sabbath.
coffee?
I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Are we talking about something you'd add to coffee?
Deep Purple, of course.
Ooh.
Yes.
Smoke on the Water being a massive hit, but like those riffs
Hush.
but like the Smoke on the Water riffs got really, really heavy and really experimental.
And you guys know the story
Oh,
about
yeah.
Smoke on the Water, right? Doing
Yes,
a gig
I
with
do.
Frank
From the
Zappa.
fires.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
Switzerland,
Yeah.
I think it was. Montreux?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they went to go
Something like
record, and
Well, no, they were doing a gig with Zappa, and they said Zappa and the Mothers, the very best band around, burned the place to the ground before they got to get
Zappa's
on
a
or
hell of a
something like that.
guitarist.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zappa is incredibly talented.
I loved how
Um,
there were three versions of Deep Purple too. There was the early years, like was Hush with that singer. Then there was the was it the Coverdale years next, and then the
Yeah, the
Ian Gillan
Coverdale
after
years.
that. There was three different distinct versions of Deep Purple. They're an interesting, not unlike an '80s band that
um,
we'll probably mention at some point.
what do you got there, Pippi? What's your
I'm
next?
saying
You got any more?
similarly like that. Oh, we're going early, right?
We'll say 60s,
Uh,
70s. We'll start.
okay.
We'll eke into the 70s because a lot of these metal influence bands that they're claiming all kind of started around 68. Like 68 is the year that the
Well,
sound
okay. You
turned
guys,
to metal.
Vegas is going to feast on this baby. But in 1968, a Canadian band was formed, and their first album, when it came out, people in Cleveland heard a song from it, and they went. All the people started phoning in saying, "Is this the new Zeppelin release?" And this record label was called by the program director in Cleveland and said, "You got to sign this band. People think they're Zeppelin." And that was Rush. The song "In the Mood," or no, "Working Man" by Rush. People thought it was
You know
Led
what's
Zeppelin when
Yeah,
it
funny?
first played.
You know what's
that
funny?
was a heavy song.
Listen. I can't show you what I changed it to, but I originally had Rush, and I marked it out, and I
Yeah, it's
changed it to
bleeding through.
something
I
else.
can see. I can see it bleeding through the marker there.
Yes, Vegas wasn't sure, and they ended up changing it.
Yeah. Yeah, they
So,
formed. They first played together in '68, and actually, in their one of their last tours, they did a 5 song segment where they just sat on seats and acoustic guitars, bass, and drums, and played the first songs they played together as kids. Like they did a "Heart Full of Soul" or whatever by Yardbirds. They call me the
good song.
Seeker by the Who. They
The
just did
Who?
covers that they grew up playing. Yeah, the Who.
Mhm.
What?
The
Yeah.
Who? Um, it's funny because they mentioned the Kinks and the Doors, but I wouldn't really call those. But the other one that I don't know, Iron Butterfly for
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Ingata Devita, that 17-minute masterpiece where they were so
Yeah.
messed up that they couldn't even speak the words correctly. That's
Couldn't
why it
figure out
became
how to end
Ingata
it together.
Devita.
Kind of
They couldn't
like
even figure
how
out how to
we
end it together.
there it goes to the Simpsons again.
Yeah.
I Ron Butterfly.
In the Garden of Eden, honey.
Oh, so great.
Mm.
That
This
episode is
sounds
what actually turned me on to the song.
this sounds like rock and or roll.
Rock and or roll. I love it.
Yeah, Simpsons are great.
Again,
Um,
Iron Butterfly. Arguably it's a heavy metal album, but again, it falls into the or is it psychedelia too? Maybe just because I've stared at that cover so many times. You see the mandala
It,
behind it and
many a
stuff like that.
many a trips
it's a
ago, right?
Yeah,
it's a
you're always rolling on an
cross-platform
album.
though. That is totally a cross-platform. That area of music and time. I mean,
Yeah.
that was building blocks for a whole new genre.
I just thought
Okay,
of something.
I just want to add an experience here because you guys mentioned, staring at that album cover. We're probably the last generation of people that, okay, I'm not condoning smoking marijuana, but back in my younger days when I had records, I would you'd roll a joint on the record, and then you'd sit there and stare at the record and you'd read the credits. You knew who all the people in the band were. Does everyone know who the
Yes.
people in the bands are nowadays like we did? Because we devoured
No.
our album covers and, read everything, the lyrics, who wrote the song.
Well, see, here's the cool thing. I just kind of put something together. You think about, like, you go on YouTube and stuff now, the videos you watch are the ones that have the catchy titles and the cover pick that draws you in.
Yeah.
That was the album cover. You had the best, most interesting looking album cover. You'd make
Right.
sales regardless of how you sound because there
And
was no
but
Spotify.
and then it was the album. The band was saying, "This is us."
Yeah.
allure you
And
in.
then,
It's not like a thumbnail of a video that someone's posting
well,
and it's
like you were
random.
saying, like you
Yeah.
had the one where you got all excited, you bought it based off the album cover, and then you were
Lucifer's Friend,
disappointed.
yeah. Banquet.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, right there.
yeah.
That's a perfect example.
It
There's
is,
so
yeah.
many YouTube videos that you're like, oh, this is going to be good. And then you watch it and you're like, the fuck?
Kiss Alive.
I just
When I
wasted
saw
20
that
minutes of
cover,
my life watching that video.
when I saw the Kiss Alive album cover, I knew nothing about them, but I said, I want to hear what this band sounds like. I may have stole someone's rock band mention, but that was an album that just said, I have to hear this.
Unpopular opinion, I'm not a huge Kiss fan.
Yeah, you're also not a big AC/DC fan. We've gone through that. you have a little bit of a
Taste is personal. You making fun of my cold sore again?
no. I was
Oh,
gonna say, like,
I don't have a
maybe
cold sore
one
for the
of
record.
one of the taste sections of your musical tongue is like just kind of gone dormant, and that's
No, I
where the Kiss
respect.
and the AC/DC are. Like
I respect
you
what both
appreciate
bands
them,
have
but you're
done.
like,
Yeah,
I don't
but
run out
you're
of my
like,
way to hear them,
I don't
and I
know. I
don't
just don't
change the
like. I don't have
station.
that taste for them. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
like
I have that. There
AC/DC
are plenty of
live
bands that I just don't have
is
that taste for.
incredible.
Oh,
Like
I
Yeah.
I've
imagine.
seen them live. I also broke my pinky working the show that night, but incredible live performance. Kiss, same
Yeah.
thing. Incredible live performance.
Yeah.
It makes
They're
up
performers.
for, yeah, their performance. They're incredible artists. Don't get me wrong. It's just their music is fucking boring.
Yeah.
Same with Bush.
Yeah. Then again, they've had more hits than
Uh,
I've had, so I got to give them some props.
I
Another one from
mean,
the. I mean, we could give a shitload of mentions for the '70s too, like something like a Uriah Heep. They had a couple of great songs, "Easy
oh
Livin',"
yeah,
"Magician's Birthday." It's like they weren't one-hit wonders, but they could have 3 or 4 great albums. But
well,
they probably
yeah.
aren't mentioned when people talk about the legacy of hard rock. It's like they were good ones, man. They influenced people.
yeah, Uriah Heep, incredible name.
Mick Box, the guitar player, he was
I
amazing.
mean, thanks to the 70s, we got Judas Priest,
Yeah,
Rob Halford, man. Judas Priest, even
Oh
though Rob,
man,
you
Vegas
had
had
ever Pippi saying
no
that.
Sweet D saying that one.
funny, yeah,
Because
like
he
Rob's
likes guys in leather.
in his 80s, and he's still performing at
Yeah.
an incredible level. And then you got guys like freaking Vince Neil. That guy should have hung it up 10 years ago. That guy can barely sing anymore.
Yeah.
There was
Halford,
one
the way
band
he
on here.
screams too. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Sorry, go
There
ahead,
was
there,
one
Meister.
band listed at the top of the early 60s, 70s, like top metal bands, whatever. I really didn't know Blue Cheer.
Blue
Yeah,
I'm not
Cheer.
familiar with Blue Cheer.
Don't
I'm
know
not
that one.
familiar with them. I saw the name and I'm just like, no idea.
It did say that international
Yeah.
Yeah.
metal music, so I'm assuming they're a band somewhere around a different.
Yeah.
I'm going to say like Sweden or
That's what
Germany
I was just
because,
thinking. Sweden.
They've got some crazy shit up in the Scandinavian places.
They
oh yeah,
do.
the Scandinavian and Persian area, they love their metal up that way. Like they've
And
got
Germany,
whole
too.
genres. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, you got the
Persian.
Scorpions,
Germany.
and you got the Scorpions and UFO, Der Gang, and other ones like that.
Well, you got like whole different genres of metal nowadays that exist that are in those regions that really don't make their way over this way because people aren't listening to them.
Yeah. Sue had yeah, she had an incident with a Scorpions album. There was this real family-friendly mall, and it was a Scorpions album cover that came out in '98 or something like that. I think it was called Animal Behavior, where it's got people in a zoo naked, a man and a woman just standing behind in a cage naked. And she thought, I don't think this is really for this mall. We'll get in shit if we put it. And then someone in head office in Toronto found out that she wouldn't put it in the mall, and she got called before the whole company. We do not promote censorship and stuff like that. And the Scorpions themselves got involved, and it was like we saw something on MTV the other night about retro stuff, and they mentioned the Scorpions. She goes, "Oh, my favorite band." Just put her head down.
I think we should move into the 80s now. What do you think?
Oh yeah, this is when things really get interesting.
Okay, let's do some honorable mention for the 70s. Not so much metal. How about Bad Company? Good hard rock.
We got one more major one that came out of the 70s. Everybody thinks they came out of the 80s. They really didn't. Metallica. Metallica really started in the 70s. It was the late 70s.
But they were called something else. Metallica wasn't formed till '83, I think, officially as Metallica.
Yeah, that's correct. But the origins of the band started in the late 70s, and their first recording dropped in 79.
Yeah. Like, didn't they have the guy that started Megadeth? He was part of the band originally.
Yeah, they had Dave Mustaine in the band at the time.
Yeah.
And they had one other guy in the band originally, and they kicked Dave Mustaine out, and the other guy brought in Kirk Hammett and Cliff Burton.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll put an asterisk on that one.
Metallica is an American heavy metal band. It was formed in Los Angeles in 1981 by vocalist and guitarist James Hetfield and drummer Lars Ulrich. It has been based in San Francisco for most of its career. The band's fast tempos, instrumentals, aggressive musicianship made from the founding Big Four bands of thrash metal alongside Megadeth, Anthrax, Slayer, Metallica's current lineup.
Well, you just got back at me with my spoiler alert.
They first found out... What was that?
I was going to say, who am I? I'm going to have to think up another one now.
They first found commercial success
recited every clue for James Hetfield.
Of their third album, Master of Puppets, in '86. Basically, they brought in former members. They brought in Dave Mustaine, who had formed Megadeth after being fired from Metallica in '83. That's when they
were called power metal at first, and then people started labeling them thrash metal. I've got in my notes here, their band went on to win 11 studio albums and 10 Grammys. This was my Who Am I tonight, was James Hetfield. I play rhythm guitar, lead vox. Our biggest selling album is Load. Enter Sandman's our biggest hit. We were formed in 1981 in LA with an ad placed by Lars Ulrich in a music newspaper.
I honestly thought they were formed in 79.
Yeah.
81.
Yeah, well, they were... Yeah.
The band originated after Ulrich placed an ad in the LA Recycler newspaper aimed at creating a band influenced by British heavy metal band NWOBHM. Sorry.
Yeah,
it's all good. I mean, I would much rather the right information be out there and me be wrong.
I only know this stuff because I just looked it up when I was writing my Who Am I about James Hetfield. I'm gonna have to come up with one on the spot if we do it tonight. I can make one up.
Well, I was gonna lead into the 80s with the question of the number one metal band of the 80s, which obviously is Metallica.
Van Hooligan.
Obviously, we all know it's Metallica.
I would have went with Van Hooligan, actually.
It's funny because they are considered to be the number one metal band of the 80s for the album specifically Master of Puppets, and
That was
they're
a
also
masterpiece
considered
album.
to be the
Ride the
number
Lightning's a
one.
beauty too.
Yeah.
They are also considered to be the number one metal band of the 90s, thanks to the Black Album.
Was
Yes.
that the one that had Sandman?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is. So
Yeah, that
And
was
wherever I may
just
roam.
see. Sabbath did for the 70s, 60s, and 70s what Metallica did for the 80s and 90s. Like,
Yeah.
both of those bands were considered the number one metal band in both 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. So
Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna say something
those
that's
are,
gonna
now
this
that
is
we've
gonna
gotten
give
that out of the way,
Maestro.
let's talk about them.
Let's I hear something about Metallica. Opening becoming the defining sound. I don't think there'd be Metallica without Eddie Van Halen and that first Van Halen album with Eruption and the trills and the hammering. And it's like, wow, every guitar player just went, holy shit. This was like Hendrix discovering the fuzz box and effects. All of a sudden, Van Halen's like, look at this. And everyone went,
Yeah.
oh, we're going to do
And
I
it
that.
just
truly believe
always-
this as well. That Eddie influenced a lot of the music that came out in the later 80s and 90s, and even the music that we're hearing today.
Wholeheartedly agree.
It's
take,
Eddie's work that has honestly transformed a lot of the guitar work that we hear now.
We mentioned the Kinks earlier, and I would say Kinks were hard rock, but when Eddie Van Halen did You Really Got Me, it became metal. He was like grinding that, and you felt the power hit you in the chest.
And Pretty Woman.
Something that
they really
Pretty Woman makes it.
beefed up Roy Orbison there. They said, all right,
I read
Roy,
an
sit down,
article.
we'll take it.
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen was planning one more tour. He thought that he would be well enough to do one more tour where he wanted to do it with Sammy and Dave both.
I didn't like Wolfgang
And it
playing
never
with them.
happened. And both guys were on board. They had mended all the fences and went through, like, towards the end of Eddie's life, he was repairing relationships and things, because Eddie did destroy a lot of relationships through his time.
And
And
as Rick James says, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
it's also a hell of a way to ruin friendships and other things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think I don't fuck with the booger sugar, yo?
I remember seeing Valerie Bertinelli talking about going to marriage counseling with Eddie Van Halen, where they were going to address his drug problem, and he had this grenade, this crystal thing that was a grenade-shaped thing, and he'd pull the lid off and was putting it on his finger, not his fingernail, and just shoving it in his nose at the marriage counselor's table. And she's like, "This isn't going to fucking work."
I just got
we were talking
interrupted
about
by a
Metallica.
child.
Yeah.
1 second. Yeah, child.
Okay, well,
Yes,
you deal with the
Metallica.
child. I'm gonna give Vibe Engineer a Who Am I, and let's see if he can guess it.
All
Hit
right.
me with it, homie.
All right. You want it to be hard rock?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Okay. Let me pick a band here to think of. Okay. Shit. I'm drawing a blank here. Okay, I'm going to do one, just general music. Prog rock, pop rock. I'm a drummer, born in 1957. I play left-handed. I started off with a progressive rock band where I eventually became the singer of the band. I eventually put out a solo album in 1981, which won Grammy Awards and has arguably the most iconic drum fill of all time in the middle of it.
Phil Collins.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
You just
Phil
broke
Collins.
the cherry on Who Am I?
There we are. Because Phil Collins is one of the most iconic drummers of all time.
there's a generation of people don't even know he played drums because they just know he won. You know, he's won Oscars too for songs. He's won 2 Oscars.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
He did In the Air Tonight, which was um, probably one of the biggest songs of all
yeah,
time.
and it's got Mike Tyson's favorite drum fill. This is my favorite
That's right.
part. Ba, 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 ba. I
Yes,
can
in The
see it
Hangover.
now. Yeah.
He knocks out Fat Jesus.
Yeah.
Classic moment.
That's a great one. He just slugs him.
Yeah, Alan didn't see it coming in the air.
No, he didn't.
No, he took it straight in the chin.
That one I've watched
Anyways.
over and over, and it's like that punch looks like it. Even if it was staged, it looks like he felt it. Like Mike Tyson pulling back is still gonna hurt.
You know, listening to your Who Am I? Because I could still hear y'all.
Yeah.
I was kind of laughing because it was like, damn, that's like the original Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Went from being a drummer to a very successful band.
Yeah, there you go. I never even dawned on that similarity. I thought being a drummer, going to be a singer was going to be obvious. I thought you were going to jump on it right away.
Well, what tipped me to know it was Collins and not Grohl was the year, the born
1957.
Yeah,
I was like, well,
same here.
Dave's not that old.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
I kind of accidentally mentioned, but Metallica was considered part of the Big Four. Who were the other three?
I actually
Of the
do
80s.
know
Of the 80s. Of the 80s.
Oh, Jesus. Were they like real metal? Okay, I'm going to say Guns N' Roses.
Nope.
Were they 80s or
They
90s?
call them the Big Four. 80s. This is just 80s. The Big Four of the 80s.
Megadeth is going to be in there.
That's considered number 3.
Okay, wow.
Anthrax.
That's number 4.
And
Let Pippi, can you do it?
I'm totally trying to think what out here.
Who do you think when
Those
you
type
think
of
metal?
band. Slayer. No, Iron Maiden.
Oh, I had you saying Slayer.
But okay. I'm guessing
You
Iron Maiden.
did say
was
Slayer first,
Yeah,
but they
I
are
did.
number
Yes.
2. Yes, they are number 2 behind
I knew it was
Metallica.
Slayer.
I knew that's why I wanted you. That's why I stopped you because it was on his card. I knew you were about to say it. I was like, I wanted to get one of the odds.
So was
Since you
Slayer
already-
part of the Big Four?
The number
Or
2,
Iron
yeah.
Maiden?
Metallica,
wow.
Slayer, Megadeth, and Anthrax were the top.
Okay, well.
And following, yes, Iron Maiden was one, and then there are 2 others that I had written down,
Yeah.
considered to
Motorhead?
be like the main
Ooh.
guys. No, I didn't have Motorhead.
They were.
Dio.
I'll give you a hint. He, in his solo career,
Whitesnake.
after being one of the original pioneers and leading the 70s and 60s, he's like, I can do this on my own
Rainbow.
in the 80s.
Ozzy.
Blackmore's Rainbow?
Ozzy.
Ozzy, oh, yeah.
Solo
Yeah,
Ozzy.
I
Yes,
told you
solo
guys
Ozzy.
I saw one of
That's
the
when
first
he
shows
teamed
they
up
did,
with Vi.
Wizard of Oz. No, his first album was
was-
Randy Rhoads. We saw the concert.
Oh, it was Rhodes. That's
Some of
right.
his
That's
first
right.
shows, Randy Rhoads, Tommy Aldridge, and it might have been Mick
Yeah.
Mars on bass or Rudy Sarzo. I'm not sure. But
Probably
yeah, we
Mick
saw them at the
Mars
Carousdale
played
Arena,
bass.
capacity 250, and Motorhead opened.
The Ace of Spades. Ace of
Damn
Spades.
straight.
The other band I had in the Spinal Tap.
Yeah, why not? Big Bottom.
Even though they were a
Yeah.
mockumentary.
Yeah. Still pretty fucking good. They wrote great material for that movie, though.
But I mean, sometimes when you need that little extra, you gotta crank it to 11.
Be damn straight. Everyone knows the 211 reference.
So that was
It's
the big
part
four.
of the cultural lexicon at this point for people our
It's
age.
funny. Some amps actually have the dial that goes to 11 just as a nod to the thing. You get a little
I
decal you
love
put
it.
over your amp volume.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the 80s for the major names, the big names. But into the 90s, where Metallica
Again,
still
Judas Priest
reigns
was
supreme.
pretty big in the 80s too. Priest was
Well,
cranking out the
yeah.
great
Yeah,
stuff. But we mentioned them as 70s because they started then.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah.
I actually had them
And they
on the
were
crossover.
and they were big news, I think. Was it the 80s? I guess it was the 90s
Well,
when
that's when we got, I
that
mean,
guy
into the
killed
80s,
himself
we got
and
the
they
hair
tried to sue
metal.
the... Yeah.
We
Yeah,
got
hair metal. There was a lot of
Poison,
that.
Yeah.
I think we
Rat.
need to do
Ooh, what about
I think we need to do a full episode on hair.
Yeah, I agree with you there because that was such an important genre.
we'll have it sponsored
It
by
really
huge.
was.
we'll get
And hair
Manscaped to
wasn't
sponsor the
it wasn't all
episode.
hair metal. Hair also went into the ballad world. It all went
Yeah.
into the pop
Yeah.
Power
world.
ballads, man.
Like even the pop singers had the big hair too. So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
have to do a whole hair episode. There's no way around it.
Was Quiet
Maybe
not,
next week.
not Quiet Right. They were a rock band at the time, but what's the band I'm trying to think of? Shit.
Twisted
Tommy
Sister?
Lee plays with it. No, Tommy Lee plays
Oh,
with
Motley
them.
Crue.
Motley Crue.
Well, were they
That's a
80s
hair
or
band.
90s? They're a hair band.
They're
That's
a-
a hair band. Yeah,
Dude
Yeah,
looks like
they're
a
a hair
lady.
band.
That's where that came from.
we'll save it.
You
So
guys heard that story, eh?
90s. There was outside of Metallica, there was a big four of the 90s. I'll start it off with my favorite heavy metal band of the 90s, Korn. Was part of that.
Yes.
I love Korn, and I'm not a fan of Korn the food, but I fucking love Korn with a K. Like they,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they pioneered new metal, but like just the fucking sound, like nothing. When I need to get hyped up, Korn is where I go. When I'm angry, it's Linkin
absolutely.
Park, but when I want to get hyped up,
You could-
Korn is where I
Go
go.
ahead.
That
Oh,
and Van Halen.
absolutely. And without Korn, we wouldn't have gotten our friends over there at the other side, Limp Bizkit.
Yes.
Because actually Fred Durst was a tattoo artist, and what he did was he handed Jonathan
Little Red,
Davis.
sir. Say hi
Yes,
to Little
she
Red
is.
for us. Say hi to Little Red. She's got a dog.
Oh yeah, she had to pick up Zozo. Yeah, Fred Durst handed Jonathan Davis a demo tape, and that's how we got
So
Limp
yo, check
Bizkit.
this out. Check it out.
One of the coolest shows I ever worked was Korn and Limp Bizkit together.
I would love to see
Great
that
night.
concert.
Oh, it was a great
That was
night.
that was like the soundtrack of my middle school years. Like all I listened to was Korn and Limp Bizkit. Not all I listened to, but a good chunk of it. Like
Well,
that,
yeah.
I listened to that a lot. But Limp Bizkit's not part of the big four. Korn
Yeah.
is.
If we're going big four,
Pippi.
I don't know if this falls under metal because I don't know because they've been so popular for so long and they play a lot of different styles very well. I'll say the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
They're not
Are
part
they a
of the
pop
big
band?
four.
Yeah. Are they a rock funk? Are they? Yeah. If you're trying to guess big four, I will go with Soundgarden. Or is that considered grunge?
Nope. That's
I am
more
gonna-
grunge, but that's
Yeah.
not in the top
Okay.
four.
I am gonna go with Linkin Park.
They are not in the top four.
Dream
Y'all
Theater.
are thinking a little too far into the 90s. Let's go back to
Yeah,
a
what
little
about-
earlier into the 90s.
What about Dream Theater?
Another
No.
good mention, but not in the top four.
Okay.
Not in the top four.
So what was the
So
one
we're
you said?
thinking
Is Korn in the top four? You said.
Korn is
What was
in
the one you said?
the big four. They call it the big four. Korn is one of them.
Okay.
9 Inch Nails.
Ooh.
Solid band, but not that's a great mention.
That's
but
a great
Really?
argument.
not considered part
Yeah.
of the no.
I'm shocked by that actually, because Nine Inch Nails ruled the '90s.
Yeah,
They
they were
did,
classified as industrial metal. That's what people used to
Yeah, that
call
was
it.
but
Ministry.
Yeah. Um,
but they're not on the
that's
top four.
uh,
And I'm not
Oh,
saying
wait a minute.
top four. They just called
yeah,
them the Big Four.
the big four.
Uh,
Okay.
I think I know one of them.
Let's hear it.
Pantera.
Boom, Vegas odds.
Whoa,
RJ
nice
will say
one.
Oh
Pantera.
yeah.
Yes, Pantera, Corn, and two more.
Winger.
You
I
know,
just like
that's
saying
funny. I
winger.
just want to.
Winger. It always
I
makes
just.
people laugh when you say it.
It's not, but I just want to point out the fact that RJ almost said all three of the Vegas odds tonight. He got
Yeah.
Sweet D's, and I had to stop him from saying yours,
Yeah.
and then he got his. So I should have
Hot
just
card in the
written
deck.
his name for all of them.
Yeah, Vegas is keeping an eye on him. All the bookies are moving to Minnesota.
They're like, fuck, 2 out of 3. Okay, thank God he didn't get them all.
That's hilarious.
So we've got, what have we got? Pantera, Corn as the big four, right? We've only named two
That's
so
two
far.
of the
We got
big
three.
four. That's two of the big four.
So, do we consider Nirvana grunge, or are they actually
Oh,
part of the Big Four?
they would be considered like the pioneers of grunge, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They broke it
though,
onto the scene. They popularized grunge.
Yeah, even though Green River is responsible for grunge, really
What about
Nirvana was.
White Zombie?
Ooh.
Rob Zombie.
Yeah, I mean that.
No?
Not in the top. Not the big four.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm actually.
I'm going through my
Sepul-
Lollapalooza lineups here.
Sepultura.
Sepultura.
Oh, Sepultura. Okay, well that.
Yeah.
The way it's spelled,
Oh,
it's
Yeah.
Sepultura. Sepultra. Sepultura. That's what I have.
Sepultura.
Either way, there's
They
still
were
one other
big.
band not being mentioned.
I don't know them.
You might find one in your shed.
Tool.
That's what it is. Tool. There's the number 4.
That makes sense because they broke
last
onto
part
the
of the
scene
Big
in the
Four.
'90s.
Yeah, I was going to go with Faith No More, possibly.
Tool, Pantera, Corn,
Tool is exactly
and
the same as Dream Theater.
Sepultura.
So,
that. Yeah.
Sepultura. They had
I think it's
massive. No, it's Sepultura.
okay.
I actually had 2 of their albums. I had Chaos AD, and I had Bloody Roots. There was actually a duet with Sepultura and Luciano Pavarotti doing Roots, Bloody Roots, and it was one of the coolest
Mashup.
duets I had ever heard. YouTube it. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out. I always write down shit you tell me. You turn me on to some weird shit.
Yeah, I'm good for that.
Taking that pitch all the way. And Pavarotti, was it?
Yeah, it was Pavarotti and Sepultura doing Roots, Bloody Roots. It was one of the coolest duets I have ever heard. It actually gave me chills.
Yeah. Freddie Mercury did a one with a female, Maria Callas. She was a female opera performer from Spain. It was terrible. It just exposed how we thought Freddie Mercury was such an amazing singer, and he sounded like a hack beside her. But it was effective, for what it was. It's like this rock guy singing opera with an opera singer, and it was a pretty cool video. Good song, but it shows that Freddie was no opera singer.
Sepultura is a Brazilian metal band. It was actually 2 brothers that started the band. So just to give you a little more insight on the band itself.
Coolio.
He was fun in the '90s. Slide, slide, slippity slide. We all gonna get some apple pie.
Give us some more. Give us another lead in, Maestro, for some 90s
Fantastic
metal.
Voyage. Dun, dun, dun. I had one, and now I'm drawing a blank on it.
Okay, here's one for us all to just.
Rammstein.
Yes.
Rammstein.
A Rammstein?
Du hast.
Yes.
Did you know
Du
Rammstein
hast nicht.
released a music video exclusively on Pornhub?
I did not know that, but that is
exclusively
epically
released
hilarious.
that. That's Germany for you.
Love it.
Live from the Red Light District.
Yeah. I love me some Scorpions too. Like if you want to go German metal, was it Klaus Meyer? Klaus Mein, the singer. He's just got an amazing voice. You know, rocky like a hurricane.
The 90s also gave us Pop Will Eat Itself, which was another classic. Well, they were a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
90s metal band.
All right, gentlemen. I got Time in a Bottle uploading because he's not going to make it tonight.
Sweet.
I want to hit you with one more 90s.
Well, hold on. So while
band.
while it finishes uploading, y'all go ahead and throw out some honorable mentions, anything, and then when it's done, I'll hit play, and then when it's over, we'll do.
For me, 70s honorable mention is Sweet, glam rock. That was a hard rock.
Yeah.
You get something like Ballroom Blitz or Action. Is like Action is my go song. When I'm going out drinking and there might be a chance of rowdy, I put out Everybody Wants a Piece of the Action, and that's my go song.
So I have a question. Would you consider Alice Cooper? I wouldn't consider him hair because he got his start in the 70s, early 70s.
He was right. Borderline metal. He was arguably.
I mean, Feed My Frankenstein is pretty metal-ish.
Yeah,
like that's
no more Mr. Nice
schools
Guy.
Out, but like
no more
he
Mr.
started
Nice
getting
Guy.
heavier and heavier as he got. Yeah.
When he had he was like scared parents. I remember I brought home an Alice Cooper poster and I went out for him for Halloween in grade 6. And my dad's like, what the? My dad had been away all summer, and he comes home and he goes, what the fuck is this kid into? He's got a guy wearing makeup on his wall, and he's putting eyeliner on his face to go out for a Halloween party.
Imagine your dad coming home to you with a poster and dressed up like one that I think we forgot to mention, Mr. Marilyn Manson.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine
everybody in that band had a supermodel and serial killer name. The first name was a supermodel, and the last name was a serial
Marilyn
killer.
Monroe, Charles Manson.
You want to know a band that scared the shit out of me?
Madonna Gacy.
I'd grown up with Alice Cooper and all this glam rock and hard rock, heavy metal. But the band, when I saw them, they scared me because I did not know where the hell they were coming from or going to. Was Slipknot. They were just a crazy show that was just insanity on stage. It was audible insanity, visual insanity. It's like, what the F are these guys doing? But it's brilliant.
Yeah, it really is. It was cool to meet Slipknot.
I bet. Buckethead? Was he there? Was he with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ready for some Time in a Bottle?
Let's do some Time in a Bottle, yo.
And then after that, we'll have some closing thoughts. But first, take it away, Sweet D.
You all know what time it is. It's time for Time in a Bottle. And on May 9th of 1963, the #1 song was I Will Follow Him. I will follow him wherever he may go. Or something like that. By little Peggy Lee. The #1 song on May 9th of 1977 is
63.
Living It Up in the Hotel California.
Yeah, baby. 77 represent.
The #1 song on May 9th
you guys
of
get all the good songs.
1979 is reunited and it
That's
feels
his.
so
So
good.
fitting.
Good.
My
So
Yeah,
peaches
fitting.
and herb.
yeah,
And
he
the
would have a
number
light
one
one.
song on May 9th of 1986 is You're Gonna Have to Face It, You're Addicted to
Ah,
Love
nice.
by Robert Palmer. And that, my friends, is Time in a Bottle.
I had the
Oh.
best
Tony,
one. Woo!
you guys get some great
Yeah.
years. I've had one song like for 6 months, and then this is like second week we've had a different one. But yeah, you guys
That's
get some
because your
great ones,
birth
man.
year sucks.
I know. I'm
Go
gonna
back
get
and
my best one might
replay.
end up being Twist and Shout.
Listen, you're gonna have to go back and listen to some of these previous Time in a Bottles because '86 was not the greatest rock era. There was a lot
But
of
you've had mostly
Madonna
good songs.
and stuff like
Yeah,
Yes,
that too.
a lot of pop
70,
There was
culture.
good. There was a
77's
lot more
pretty
pop in the
rep, and
'80s.
79 as well. Like you got a
Oh
great
yeah,
year for rock.
you two
You've
got
had
this.
Fleetwood
Yeah.
Mac. You've had the
Mm-hmm.
Eagles. Fucking
Now
Hotel
the
California.
Eagles.
What an
Yeah.
album. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was a classic.
Summer of '77. I
Absolutely.
remember that. Everybody was playing that
All
and
right.
Rumors on their 8-track tapes.
Yeah, rumors.
Oh,
Take it away,
yeah,
Maestro.
absolutely. Fucking. Oh, I was just kind of Stevieing out.
Mhm.
RJ, you want to start us off for me? I'm going to let Pippi close because it's very fitting with the kind of shit we talk
Oh, okay.
about.
Absolutely. I'm going to start it off. This is about the troops. This is about the safest way to protect our troops is to keep our troops at home. There's no reason
Amen.
to send our sons and daughters off to die for the blood money and greed of those in the war machine's cabinet, in the war machine's profit centers. There was no reason to ever go into the Middle East to disrupt millions of lives that we either ended or permanently changed in some manner based on
Amen.
greed and the whims of Israel. So the reality is this: we the people can stand up and say no more. And that only changes once we the people come together, stand up and say no more. The D
Amen.
or the R is not coming to save us. We the people are
Nope.
coming to save us. And as long as we keep
Absolutely.
fighting over things that are out of our control, the D and the R are going to keep stealing our money and keep making life harder on us. And they're going to keep doing as they please because as long as you think the team is coming to save you, they keep winning. So I love every
Amen.
one of you. Please take what I have said to heart. Think about what next steps are. Self accountability is huge. The more accountability you take for yourself, the less accountability they can have over you. So,
Amen.
love every
Be the
one of you,
example.
brothers and sisters.
Be an example. Yeah.
Be the
And
example.
listen, to
Beautiful words, Vibe.
continue on what he was saying there, the best way that you can take action is to show them face to face that we're not listening anymore. I watched as Pete Hegseth was going into an interview or deposition, whatever, and there were people lining the halls calling him a murderer and asking him, like, how can you do these war crimes, just shouting at him. And I have seen more and more and more of that in the news where people are just outright yelling at these people, what is wrong with you, you murderer, whatever, pedophile. Call these people what they are. Call them to their faces. Stand outside wherever the hell they're at. Stand outside the gate at the White House if you're in Washington. Stand outside, anywhere that the closest you can get to these people and shout in their faces. These congressmen, these senators, these people in power.
$346,000 of our tax money has.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were screaming at him.
$346,000 of our tax dollars has gone to cover up sexual harassment and misconduct cases in our sitting Congress and former Congress members from alleged abuse
And they're
from
just
their
hiring,
staff.
paying lawyers that are their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The
that's
government's just
our
paying the
money
Listen,
that
friends to
they're
defend them. Yeah.
using from
stand up.
abusing their staff.
If you have the ability, stand up and go get in their face. And that wasn't a stand up literally
Yeah.
handicap. No, I meant like
Yeah.
if you have the free time to stand up for the people. I don't have a lot of time to go do protest stuff like that. I got 4 kids. I got a house, a job, a wife. Like I wish I had that time. If you have the ability in that time, take your ass out there, shout in their
And
faces, tell them what they are, call
Non-violently.
them. Yes, no
yeah.
violence. Use your words. Shout
Yeah.
in their faces. Don't
Use your
throw
vote.
anything. Don't throw any punches. Use your vote. But the reality is, we can't use our votes until November.
Yeah.
Right now,
And another thing is this:
this
don't
shit
donate
keeps
another
happening and
dollar
going. Nope.
to the D or the R. Don't give them another dollar. They have enough corporate dollars coming in that they don't need your dollars. Corporate interest is
Yeah.
what decides policy these days. So
Yeah.
why give them another single dollar of your money when you're already struggling as it is?
Yeah.
We're already underwater as a country. There is zero reason we, the people, should pay for the torture that these people are giving us.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
agree. And
So
don't just keep the pressure on them when the camera's on, so you can get likes on Facebook. Behind the scenes, just do
no,
it. Be that person and say, "I don't care if no one's looking. I don't like what you're doing, and I
call
stand
them,
against it."
email
Yeah.
them, call them and email them.
Don't support companies they own. If you don't like, for example, Bayer, buy aspirin from somewhere else, or I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm just picking Nestle, for example. Then buy your chocolate bar somewhere else, or
get
vegetables.
Hershey's. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. You put your
there's
money.
always a Pepsi to every Coke. Okay,
That's
there are
right.
other
Yeah,
That's right.
brands out there.
yeah. Before you know,
Your
we're all drinking
consumer
So
RC Cola.
dollars will do a lot
I was
for
gonna
you.
say, when you can't take enough of Pepsi or Coke, Democrats, Republican, go for the RC Colas. I was
right.
actually
right.
going to say that. I was. I shit you not.
I loved RC
But
Cola
for
when I
real,
could get it.
for real, listen, your representatives and senators, they should get like fucking PTSD when the phone rings from how much people should be calling them and saying, you're not doing your fucking job, you're not representing me.
Right. When they
Make
spend 40
them,
hours a week
they
on the
need to have
phones.
more negative calls than a fucking customer service call center.
Yeah.
You
Our
need to tell
senators
them
and
they are
congressmen should
fucking
not
up.
be sitting on the phones for 40 hours a week to fundraise.
Yeah.
That is not their
Nope.
job to be in Washington.
They
Our
should be on the
system is
phone 40
irreparably
hours a week
broken.
listening to us.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Not fundraising. Their job is not to be in Washington to fundraise. Their job is to be there to affect the policy we, the people, send them there to affect. And they've proven to us beyond a shadow of a doubt they no longer listen to us. So why
Nope.
should we give them a single dollar?
They only need you
And
one
why
day a
should we
year.
send them on?
And that's every 4 years.
It's
And
time to break the cycle. It's time to start sending the independents. That'll send
That's
the
right.
real message. Once the
Yeah.
independents start going, the D's and the R's are going to real quickly start understanding that, oh, wait a minute. We
you
need
really
to fear
want to
the people.
represent. You really
Well,
want to represent the people. You need to quit. They want to. They need to get rid of PACs, and they need to just
Yeah.
do everything grassroots funding.
That's the only way.
Everything needs
Like-
to be from public, open donations where you can go in and see who gave what, and no, there needs to be a cap on how much somebody can give, and no PACs, no hidden,
Yeah.
no companies, none of that.
No
Let's
tacked
be
riders
honest.
along the things.
If we have to be transparent to the government should, at base minimum, be transparent to we the people, and that's not happening. That's unacceptable
Nope.
to we the people.
Release the files.
Release
the
the
And
files.
if you feel like you just can't take any of this anymore, take it away, Pippi.
Well, like I always say, the world, it's an overwhelming place, and There's no shame in getting confused, getting mixed up in your head. You can't think straight. Our good friends at Crisis Lines, the same number all over North America. Three numbers that are easy to remember. Put it in your phone. Even when you're swirling in that cesspool of craziness, you can hit one button. Someone will answer and listen to
Mm-hmm.
you, help you.
And that number's what?
988, as it says on the screen. Put it, everyone. It's one
Yeah, it's
number
always on the
all
screen.
across North America. And, yeah, and it's, what I've been doing a lot lately is just trying to make people smile. Just be walking the dog. I got this goofy puppy, so people always want to talk, and you can tell people are if they're a bit down. You just say something nice. If they look up and they're come to life for a second, say, "Wow, when you smile, your whole body just energizes," and they'll just all of a sudden get a genuine smile. It's a simple thing.
That's right.
It could be, and again, that's that kind of thing. If we can all come together with good intentions, good to each other,
We're all humans.
it's going to help. It brings the strength, and like I'll call back to what Maestro said earlier, as Aerosmith and the Beatles said in two distinctly different ways, come together.
Come together right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Over us.
Over me.
And yeah. Since
That's
Sweet
probably-
D's not here. Good night, Sue.
Good night,
Good night
Sue.
from Knucklehead.